this new design when designing these new vehicles. Now, what you will see first, the logo which you will see on the bonnet. What will it look like? And I'm sure that this is a very important question for you. And this is the answer, just behind me. You see, it is a BMW logo in the first place. And I think this is really fitting for a sub-brand. And it also applies to the BMW M sub-brand. So we are going to find the BMW logo. But the BMW logo was extended, expanded. We've added this blue circle because the new sub-brand will also extend what the parent brand BMW emanates, so to speak. We use the color of blue, well, we've used it for quite some time, in particular when it comes to communicating dynamics issues. And it also tells very well with our brand logo, what the parent brand wants to say. But we are also inspired by engineering and technology, because a BMW must be an authentic car, so the design can promise something, can explain something which the customer will experience while driving this car on the road. And Mr. Draeger explained already, it's all about live drive. You find the live drive module, and up you will find the passenger cell, and we try to get as much light into this passenger cell as is possible. The aerodynamics of the E8 is very, very important. Now let us have a look at how we would translate all this to our vehicles. Here you see a BMW i3 and the E8. Well, I know that this is a bit vague, what you can see behind here, but I can promise you that I will show you a bit more whenever these pictures come up. I mentioned the logo already. At the front end, if you look at the grills, you will see a new interpretation of this BMW emblem, the kidney grille. Again, it is outlined in blue. Again, it is a characteristic feature of the design. This kidney grille doesn't have the same function as it has in the parent brand. It is not an air inlet or an air scoop. We talk about born electric, so it's less air which is to be pushed through the grilles. But we believe that this is an important feature when it comes to recognizing a BMW car, so we wanted to keep this kidney grille. But there will be no airflow through it, they will just be outlined in blue. So this is a kind of new icon, you might call it that. We also said that there are sharp lines which we want to integrate into our overall design, and the lines will be like this around the C-pillar. In the E8 and the i3, they will look like this. This is what we call stream flow. It's a new design for the C-pillar. Now, why are we going for this design? One reason is that this vehicle is to impart the notion of lightweight construction. You certainly remember our vision, our efficient dynamics vision car. We did something similar there. In the i3, we can have more light in the interior because of the design. And of course, the C-pillar design, such a design, has got aerodynamic benefits. This is what we came up with while testing this car in the air or wind tunnel. But there will be other elements as well, elements which can be used to recognize, identify this sub-brand. And of course, you see, there are other elements which are different in the parent company. For instance, the Hofmeister Knick or Hofmeister Kink, the reverse bend. Then large wheels, and of course, designers like to see large wheels. But in this case, the engineers too wanted to have large wheels. The diameters of these wheels are very large, but they are narrower if you look at them from the front, and this too will improve aerodynamics. But I'm sure that you will be able to recognize and identify these cars when looking at these large wheels. Other aerodynamics issues, well, this is something which you will see in the sill area. This is an aero flap, as we call it, directly behind the front wheel. You will see it in both vehicles. Again, a feature which which was tested in a wind tunnel, and we have proven its efficiency, and the dynamic efficiency or the aerodynamics will be improved. And again, these are elements and features which we want to use across the entire sub-brand portfolio. Rear end, always very important. Here the taillights, they will not, light up in blue, but nevertheless they've got this contour. This is the L-shaped design, which you will find in the parent company as well. So this is what we've shown here. So the rear end, you will be able to identify the sub-brand very clearly, even at night. And of course, there is a relationship between the parent company and the sub-brand, although the dimensions and other aspects are different. And last but not least, in the beginning I talked about safety, something which is of great significance to our customers. And in our schematic diagram, I also said how these two protective, say, sleeves or envelopes have to be seen. In the i3 and the E8, you will find these kind of covers or envelopes. If you look at it from behind, then you see that these vehicles really have got a robust and stable stance on the road. And this is very important when you talk about a megacity vehicle. Such a megacity vehicle will not drive in cities alone, but we assume that customers living in megacities will use motorways, going to the city and then leave the city, i.e. commuting. So it is necessary that such a car doesn't have a robust and stable stance in the city, but also outside on, say, country roads. So I think these are the most important features which we will take from our parent brand. But new issues come on stage, so to speak, as well. Last but not least, the logo. We developed its design. Our in-house design consultancy agency came up with this idea. I think it tallies very well with this brand, with this sub-brand. I, this letter I, is probably the narrowest, the smallest letter in our alphabet. And because of the design of this logo, we gave more body, more size to this letter. And again, I believe this fits very well the idea behind it. And then it is also very interesting to see that this I is, say, hollow, transparent. You see, it means, and this is what the sub-brand stands for. It stands for transparency and sustainability. Another issue also very important. You will find it in all our products. And we know that customers looking for sustainability will check something like this out. We believe that this logo fits this sub-brand very well. Then next, premium, meaning the premium extended, taking into account all the requirements of the future. And I think it goes very well with what the parent brand offers and everything that our sub-brand will offer in the future.